Hey, everybody, we're back. It's night number 2 of another week of watch parties and after shows. And today it's She-Hulk watch
Last
party.
night was Andor. Yeah.
Last night was Andor. Tonight is She-Hulk watch party and after show. And today we've switched roles between me and Jeffrey. So, Jeffrey, introduce yourself.
Well, once again, it is me, the J to the E to the double F free. I am Jeffrey Harris, and welcome back to the MUSE TV watch party. Tonight, it is She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, and we're back.
And Mike is tired from everything that went on today.
Mike's had a long day. I mean, like I just got out of Amsterdam, so I was,
How
and that was a
was it?
long.
Can you talk? Wait, can you talk about it now or what?
Let me think. Yes, because I can't review it.
Mm-hmm.
The review, it was really long, and I don't want to say too much because I like to think on it a little bit, and it's still very fresh. So, I was amused at some points, and it has a very good cast. But it was kind of long and very self-indulgent at times, were some of my impressions. But I want to think about it a little bit more before I give more broader thoughts. But yeah, so it was a long day for Mike. Mighty Ducks.
My hair isn't even combed that well.
Hockey, he's watching hockey. Mike is a power broker. He's a busy guy, and everyone wants him to come to their shows because he's that good, and he's going to make everyone look good, and he's going to ask everyone good questions. So, Mike, all it really does is speaks highly of you because of how sought after you are, and everyone wants you to go to everything.
I know. Well, today was the Mighty Ducks premiere that was held at Honda Center prior to the Ducks Coyotes preseason game.
Right.
And we got to talk to Lauren Graham, and she was great. Josh Duhamel remembered me from our interview last week.
That's very nice.
And we were talking about hockey. I go, have you ever thought about playing in a celebrity league? Because there's a celebrity league in Pasadena at the Pasadena Ice Rink. And he goes, well, I never thought about that, but hey, if you're going to be playing, are you going to play? And I go, well, I can't play right now because my ankle's messed up, but when it gets better, I don't mind.
So how do they write out Gordon of Mighty Ducks? How does that work?
I don't know. I really do not know. I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Did they kill him?
No, he's just gone. Like they took the story and just went another direction with it.
So where did he go? Where did he go?
I don't know. Something happened with him, and they won't say what was the incident on set with him or what.
I don't want to get too deep in the weeds on there, but
yeah, I don't know. I really don't know, and I'm
weird.
Honest
that sounds weird. That sounds weird.
Yep. Let's get to some comments. We got Sledro in the house tonight. Welcome back for night number 2. I felt so bad. I fell asleep during the Andor episode, so
it was late.
The reaction part.
It's early. It's earlier for us on the West Coast, but on the East Coast, it's even later.
Wait, but I thought Sledro was in the West Coast.
Yeah, but it's still late. I mean, 11 o'clock is late for some people.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Still late, it's late at night, almost the morning.
Yep. Sledro, I just saw the first episode of Mighty Ducks season 2 as well.
Okay, very nice.
The first episode wasn't bad. I actually enjoyed the first episode of the Mighty Ducks. I saw it earlier this morning while I was working and editing.
I think what can I say about the Mighty Ducks?
The Flying V?
I think the first movie, it's like that underdog sports team movie,
Yeah.
And then they made like a bunch of sequels, and now they're doing a TV. Was the first movie even that good to begin with? It's not Major League,
No, it was good, but it wasn't great.
Came out 30 years. How much did the original even do? I'm curious.
I don't know. Sledro, while you're doing that and you're looking, I was just tired from work and baseball. Basketball. I don't know why I still got baseball right now.
So the first movie was a moderate success, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Andor was a good episode. I'm excited for what's coming next. Next one, Mighty Ducks. It was cool seeing the Bash brothers right off the bat. Yes, it was.
And Rerum Trading is in here. Gave us the first like. Thank you, Rerum. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right.
Yeah.
So we're back on She-Hulk this week. So tonight is episode 6, right? Am I okay? We're on episode 6 right now, right?
Yes.
So after this episode, we'll be 2/3 done with the season, and then we'll be in like the last leg of season 1. So I think it still might be too early to expect Daredevil this week.
Yeah.
And I think look, social media went crazy last week when Daredevil didn't show up. Because of the episode tease.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I don't know
how many episodes of She-Hulk did we get.
We're on episode 7 tonight.
No, for screeners. Yeah, we're on episode 7.
Yeah.
Now I'm losing it here.
My camera's not working. It just sees this. You're just seeing a circle going around very, very.
My mind is going in circles.
That's the way my brain is right now. I could see me on the box on the bottom, but I'm not in here in this box. So I don't know what the.
I think I'm going to predict next week for Daredevil. It won't be tonight. Next week, I think we're getting Daredevil. Because I don't think he's going to be in the season finale.
Oh, I just thought next week was the season finale.
No, because it's 9 episodes, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Now.
Well, if he's showing up next episode, at least it's not the final.
The penultimate.
What happened?
He'll show up. It'll be a big penultimate episode with Daredevil.
Yeah. Yes.
And then we'll get the finale.
Let's see if it comes back up. I'll let it.
I wonder if we're gonna get. So last week we got Mr. Immortal, and we got some more of Titania. I wonder if Titania will be back tonight. Has there been a clip released for tonight's episode?
I haven't even had a chance to see if there was a clip released. What Segarra is commenting. I was reading on Twitter that he's in the last 2 episodes or something like that.
Well, I mean he's got to be in one of them.
Please let this.
So we're in the last third of the season. So I don't know what we're gonna see because we haven't seen these episodes. So maybe it'll be something to set up for the future of the character, like setting up She-Hulk for future film appearances, the Avengers, what have you. Oh, so there's that Marvel news. Blade lost its director.
Oh yeah, I did see that one.
So this was in the Hollywood Reporter. So Bassam Tariq, sorry if I might have mispronounced that, has exited Daredevil, and right before it was supposed to start production, basically in a couple months. So they were going to be shooting in November for November 2023 release. So supposedly, from the Hollywood Reporter, they've gone through 2 major production start shifts. They've gone through a number of rewrites. And they're hoping to get the movie out next year, and they need a new director. Now, this isn't the first time Marvel has had to replace a director at the last minute before. Happened with Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man. Patty Jenkins left Thor: The Dark World and was replaced with Alan Taylor. I think Patty Jenkins might have left earlier in the process, though. Yeah. So that's something they have to deal with.
Yeah, this was right. Like they're supposed to start shooting like
in November
soon.
Yeah, like that's right around, and that's really right around the corner. So I don't know what they're going to do there, if they can find a guy who will take the gig, or if they're going to have to delay the film. Now, truthfully, like I love the old Blade films with Wesley Snipes. I think they're great. Well, at least the first 2, Blade 1 and 2 are great films.
You didn't like Triple H in the third Blade film?
Not really. I don't even really like Ryan Reynolds in
but it's the game in Blade.
I guess what my issue is, I'm not that invested in Blade as a character and Blade joining the MCU because, you know, we just haven't had any proof of concept. And what is Blade in the MCU mean? And what does Blade in the MCU look like? Because what was cool about the Wesley Snipes films is that they were R-rated, they were dark, gory. They were their own thing. They could have their own identity. Can Blade still have its own identity as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and can they still go as dark as, you know, those Wesley Snipes films? So I don't know. So do you know anything about the director leaving or what?
I heard the script was not good.
Let's see.
That's what I heard.
They did talk about the script in the Hollywood Reporter. Says it's gone through several rounds of script rewrites. Bo DeMeo, who's the showrunner for X-Men 97, that's coming to Disney Plus. Also worked on Star Trek Strange New Worlds, The Witcher, and Moon Knight, is now rewriting it apparently. And the studio is searching for a new director. So if you lose a director that close to filming, can you, I mean, I guess you can find a new director, but do you think they can still make November 2023?
Well, they did it with Solo and
yeah, after the who are their names?
Wasn't it the ones who did Spider-Man?
Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
Yes.
Like they had already started production and were fired like halfway through the movie, and replaced by Ron Howard. So it's not unprecedented. But it's gonna, you know, they're gonna be down to the wire, and they really need to get a new director soon. And does the director, you know, with so much pre-production work, does he still get to put his own stamp and fingerprints on it, you know? Mike? All right. Well, so that's the situation with Blade. Blade is supposed to come out next year.
Here we go.
Mike, are you having some technical trouble over there?
Yeah, my video is not coming back onto the feed.
So Blade is due out.
You a picture instead of
okay.
April. You're gonna get a picture. This is the first time you're ever gonna get a picture of me on The Voice.
So this, I mean, so Bassam Tariq, he's not an inexperienced director, but this would have been like his first major like tentpole kind of like popcorn type movie. The only other movie he did, a feature narrative movie, is Mogul Mowgli with Riz Ahmed. So that was his like first narrative feature, and I think he's done some documentaries before. So I mean, that can be really daunting for like a more inexperienced director, you know, your first major movie. It looks like things were amicable between him and Marvel, so I guess we'll see. And we got a new video from Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds today. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
Albert! Now I'm having nightmares.
Now I'm back.
Now I'm in a fever dream.
But that was like,
what is going on, Mike?
It is.
You're freaking me out here, man.
That sound kind of fits into the last 2 days between the both.
I thought I was watching Smile again, and I needed to. And I was about to be cursed by an evil force.
Hey, at least
I'm in distress right now.
At least it was a sound that kind of could fit into something.
I'm in okay. So we got that fun little Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds video where they go out. We're going to answer all the questions of how this works, and then he's like, Ryan Reynolds is like, so Logan died in Logan, which is set in 2029. We're not touching that. So that was kind of the only real answer they gave. And then that song by Wham started playing over their discussions. We couldn't really make out, but then they started pantomiming some funny stuff.
Yep.
So they've definitely gotten the fandom's attention with this announcement. So do you think this will be a big deal?
Oh, it's a big deal. It's a real big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Slater's already commenting on it. But
yeah, Slater's on board.
That second vid of Reynolds and Hugh Jackman was funny. I agree. It was. It was. I'm looking forward to this movie now.
Do you want? I hope they'll put Hugh Jackman. He'll finally get to wear like the classic costume this time.
I hope so. I really hope so. Put him in the mask,
and then put him in the yellow spandex and mask. He's like, and then it'll be like, do I actually have to wear this? And then Deadpool can go, what would you prefer, black leather? Wouldn't that be awesome? It would.
Yeah.
It'd be like a joke with a 22-year-old joke with a 22-year-old punchline.
Yeah. Is it like No Way Home big in your opinion?
It could. I think it could be. It could be. It could be. You know, depending on how good it looks and how the trailers are. Because like No Way Home was sort of built with that expectation, like we knew we were going to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, but they never showed them.
Yeah.
So that was. I think that was kind of smart. Like it was like the worst kept secret in town. But they kind of held all that footage back until we actually saw the movie. Ooh, I just got goosebumps. Ha ha ha. Yep. I think it's definitely possible.
And if they keep it R-rated like that was in the past, you don't know where this is gonna go.
It's just that has Walt Disney Studios under the Walt Disney Studio. Like they never released an R-rated film
for a long time.
Well, I don't count Touchstone or Hollywood Pictures, even though they were Disney or Merrimack. I don't count. I mean, an actual Walt Disney Studios film. Like, I think their first PG movie was, I want to say, Black Hole in the early '80s. And that was, and just doing that was a big controversial event.
Yeah.
You know, Disney doing a PG rated movie, which they had never done before, or if they had, like they hadn't done many. And then Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one was PG-13. They didn't even put the Disney logo in front of the film. Yeah. Not until Dead Man's Chest.
Yeah.
There was no Disney logo in front of it. So I don't know what they would do for Deadpool 3. I'd assume they would keep 20th Century Studios in front of it just to kind of keep the theme going.
And then Marvel Studios.
And then Marvel Studios. Imagine, that's a good question. That is a good question. I don't know what about X-Force?
But
what about the X-Force?
What if he has a good idea? It just popped in my mind right now. What if they bring back all the original X-Men and they all die? And then they bring in a new cast.
We don't really know that. I mean, they could do a lot of goofy things because, I mean, remember they did that whole sequence in Deadpool 2 where they killed off like most of the X-Force. Like they did that roundup of the X-Force and then they killed them all off, right?
Yep.
But then they kind of had like a new X-Force at the end. But then what happens to Cable and Domino? Like, what about them?
Well, Domino survives because she's lucky, so she just keeps getting lucky. Cable gets sent back to another dimension.
Yeah, but his whole thing was he stayed in his own time. He stayed in our time. He stayed in the present.
With the multiverse, he was able to go back home.
How?
I don't know. They'll make it. They'll do something.
All right, but shouldn't Domino be in this movie too? You think?
Yeah.
Like, what about Colossus and Negasonic?
I think they both should be in it as well.
But is this even the MCU Wolverine? Like, do they keep Hugh Jackman in perpetuity until like he's in his 80s, like Harrison Ford?
Then we get a real old man Logan.
Maybe.
It's hard to say.
I mean, look. Harrison Ford's still doing the Indiana Jones thing. Look at him go.
I doubt he's going to do it anymore, though.
Huh?
Doubt he's going to do it anymore.
You say that now, but who knows?
What did he say at D23?
I will not fall down for you again.
Yeah.
But I mean,
even though
look at Stephen Lang. That guy's like a genetic specimen, and he's 70, and he's doing these physical roles.
Look at Sylvester Stallone. What is he now? 70 something?
He's got to be almost 80 at this point, right?
And he still works out every day. He's
76.
76.
You can believe it.
And I mean, you see his physique, it's hard to tell that he's 76.
Right.
And he's still doing movies, so
he's still doing action heavy roles. Good for him.
Yeah, exactly.
He was still playing Rambo a little. He did one more Rambo movie, didn't he? A while ago.
Yeah. It wasn't that good to me. So
I remember when John Rambo came out, like everyone was kind of crazy over it, but it didn't do that well. Yeah. And then I guess they did one more Rambo movie, huh?
Yep. Yes, they did.
That would be funny. Okay. Well, I guess I'm curious to see what they're doing with the X-Men, the MCU, or if this is just going to be a fun little one-off. But I'm sure it'll be fun and entertaining. And look, the Deadpool movies are irreverent, so I don't really try to take them too seriously as far as like what this means for continuity and whatnot.
Yeah. Sladro, I would like to see how the MCU does Sabretooth.
I would like a more traditional Sabretooth, where he looks like Sabretooth from the comics, but he has more of that, sadistic, barbarous, murderous personality. But he's also, I'm sure he's a product of his environment to some degree. Plus, he was a Weapon X test subject, so they mess with his mind. You know who I would like to see when it comes to X-Men? Mimic. Mimic is that? Who is that?
He has wings. Calvin Rankin, also known as Mimic.
Is he the one that can like mimic multiple powers at the same time?
Yeah, that's what it's saying. Mimic is official care, blah, blah, blah. Oh, shoot. Where does it say? First gained his mimicking abilities after a lab accident involving one of his father's dangerous experiments. So, yes. And even Sledgeros said,
I would like well, if we're going to name random X-Men characters or mutant characters, I would like Maverick. Just because I always liked his look and design. But yeah, I think you do have to finally put Wolverine in like the classic Wolverine costume at some point.
Yeah.
And Deadpool can have, I'm sure Deadpool can make lots of jokes and have fun with that.
A lot of jokes. A whole lot of
and they should do a joke with like Wolverine cutting off his head at some point.
Which one?
His head.
We are talking.
Why do I have to answer?
We are talking Deadpool. That is a possibility.
You're in a mood. You're in a mood tonight, Mike. I got to put you in a timeout.
Hey, it's Deadpool. The chances are
sure.
We've seen him get shot in the butthole.
Okay,
it's a possibility.
I don't feel like we saw him quite. We did see a bit more of him than I probably would have liked in Deadpool 2, but yeah. Have you seen this Monsters prequel?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Would you watch Rob Zombie's Monsters?
Would I?
Yes.
I'm gonna check it out just because I'm curious to see after the trailer. Because to me, the trailer looked really bad. like he just took things from old Monsters episodes and put them together.
It looks like they shot it for like it looks like they shot it for like $1.50.
I was gonna go and a piece of gum.
Yeah, it looks like the crew was like all they could give that, like they paid the crew with bread sandwiches, and not even like good bread, stale bread,
and Velveeta, not real cheese.
Government cheese, whatever you want to call it.
You can't really knock government cheese. Government cheese isn't that bad. I had it when I was a kid. It's actually not bad.
Well, whatever, like the worst, like off-brand of cheese you could get. And look, I think Rob Zombie is a great musician, but the trailer, it looks so cheap and so low rent. You know?
Yeah.
And this was made in 2022. And then there's that Tubi show about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Have you seen that trailer?
I haven't even seen that.
Like that looks so low rent. Like it doesn't even look like it looks like a fan film. Like, and not only that, I've seen fan films with better production values than this trailer. Like it looks like a fan film parody kind of trailer.
Like they shot it on a GoPro?
Yeah. A GoPro that got put in a blender. And that's kind of how the Monsters looks too.
Yep. That even porn even has better quality than friggin' that film?
I mean, your words, not mine. And you want to know what? My big problem with Cobra Kai as a show is how cheap it looks. Like it looks so like Cobra Kai looks so low rent. It looks there are
some scenes that look like Saved by the Bell back in the day. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I love
Saved by the Bell with lower production values.
Like I love Cobra Kai.
Okay.
But I also don't take it seriously too.
But I mean, like all these seasons later, I feel like they could afford like some better sets, some better equipment. Or is that like how they keep the show going? They keep the costs down? Is that a thing? Like I feel like they could afford better production values, you know?
Well, now that they're going to be doing a Karate Kid movie, I think the production value is going back up.
But like I don't expect like Rogue One and or Cassian Andor level production values, but like some production values in Cobra Kai would be nice.
Yep. Sladro. He's on my side on this. Cobra Kai is amazing, even if it looks low budget.
It doesn't even look low budget. It looks like no budget is what it looks like.
Like I love Cobra Kai. I love the stories. It's funny.
And what's weird is I think the first season looked better than the later ones. What do you think the issue is with that?
I think with the last season, they just try to get it out and try to get it done because it was already. I think because of COVID, it made it a little difficult to get the shots that needed to get done. And I think that's what
I just don't get why they can't have better production values and make it look like make it look like it's not like a cheap sitcom. Because that's how it looks right now.
Yep. It is Sony, so a Sony produced show.
I feel like they have money and they could put more money into the show at this point. I just don't. I don't get it. With Slater, it's like how Netflix ruins animes. What do you? what anime, because Sladro, my understanding is Cyberpunk Edge Runners is getting a lot of buzz on social media, and it kind of revived, and it also kind of helped revive Cyberpunk the game, and that's because of an anime on Netflix. So is it because Netflix, they kind of like, for an ongoing series, they hold all the episodes back until it's done and then they release it? Is that what you're saying? Because honestly, I don't mind it, because actually I like having a lot of episodes to watch at once. Personally.
Joey, control the show for right now. I'm gonna go get myself some water.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna take a little break. When I get back, I'll give my spiel.
All right.
On everything.
So for tonight's watch party, we're going to be waiting about 10 to 12 minutes. So in 10 to 12 minutes, the episode is going to go live on Disney Plus. So what we like to do on the MUSE TV watch party is we'll have our pre-episode discussion. Then we're going to take a little break to watch the episode, and then about half an hour later, we'll be back for the post-episode discussion, the spoiler discussion. We'll be discussing the episode in depth, and once while the episode's on, we're gonna blank out the cameras and put the show on mute, and then we'll come back and we'll resume talking about tonight's episode. So that's how we like to do it here at MUSE TV. Sladro, more like they make animes with a lot of CGI more than the normal 2D, if that makes sense. Well, I mean, Edge Runner has a lot of more the traditional style. I did not care for their new Ghost in the Shell standalone complex sequel. Now we're getting music. Cyberpunk was 2D-ish and everyone loved it. I prefer traditional animation. So I don't dislike all CG. It just has to be executed well. And yeah. So we got about 10 more minutes to go, and then we'll be getting our new episode of She-Hulk, and Mike is back. How are we doing, Mike?
I'm doing good. I just wanted intro music, so after I return in style.
Very, very nice. Wasn't exactly Stone Cold Steve Austin breaking glass, but yeah. So wait, is Josh Duhamel trying to romance Lauren Graham in this series?
I think it happens, but I don't think he's going like. It just happens naturally, not him going after her.
Okay, so like, why is he part of the team now? Why is he coaching?
He's not part of the team. The Ducks go to his training camp because he's a former NHL hockey player, and he started up the youth kids camp to be able to make to help train the next generation of hockey players.
Is he like a hotshot trainer, or is he like a deadbeat?
Hotshot trainer.
So why is it
in the NHL?
Well, that doesn't. So like, why? But why is it him? Is it a reluctant gig, or is he?
It's his company. He started the whole thing. He started the whole camp.
Okay.
So that's why.
That doesn't sound very. That doesn't sound very compelling, though.
And he hires Lauren Graham because the Ducks got accepted into the training camp. And he hires Lauren Graham because of her work thing in order to be the den mom for some of the kids.
That doesn't sound very compelling or conflict heavy. It sounds very run of the mill.
It sounds like at first when I heard it, it sounded like the second Mighty Ducks movie.
Okay.
I'm just saying. But I need to see the whole season as the shows go out.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'll watch this show.
Come on, you know you want to.
Well,
you want to check out it.
I don't even like the Mighty Ducks sequels. I think
you like Lauren Graham. You're a big fan.
I do like Lauren Graham. You want to know what movie I like with her in it?
Which one?
The Pacifier with Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Huh?
Vin Diesel's like a Marine, and he plays surrogate father and babysitter to all these kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like Vin Diesel doing Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah. Did you answer this one for Sladro? Did you all ever watch Tekken Bloodline?
I didn't care for it.
I never watched it.
I did watch it. It was kind of It was really like slow paced, and the dialogue was just really like clunky, and it was short. Like there was only like 6 episodes, as I recall. I think what was it? Spriggan. Spriggan was decent. I like that. That's a Netflix one. It's fairly well. I think it was fairly well done. It's a bit goofy at times, but it's entertaining.
I know it's not anime, but I did like the Masters of the Universe, Kevin Smith's thing.
That was Masters of the Universe Revelation. That was good too, and I liked the CG Netflix one, where the more the more kiddie kind of youth oriented one. But that was really well done, well animated. CG animation is actually pretty good, even though I'm not like overly fond of a lot of the designs. So. Now I wonder, is there a clip out yet for She-Hulk? I wonder.
I'm sure they released something.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Marvel should just shelve Blade, or what do you think? Or do you think they should go ahead with it?
I think they're too far along already to shelve it. I think they're gonna have to shoot it. They're gonna have to find somebody fast.
Now, someone asked at the screening I went to. Someone asked like about is Kevin Feige being spread thin? Just everything they're doing right now.
I think he is. I think they're trying to keep the ship on board, but I really do think he needs to have somebody who takes care of the TV side.
Why not? Yeah. So like, why not? He just hire like a TV head to be his guy for the TV, and then they can convene and just work on everything.
I think because of what happened the last time with how TV Marvel and him just didn't get along.
Okay. Well, he could handpick his own person. Like he could handpick his own person to run that and oversee that. Like
sometimes I think he needs to do this where it's Kevin Feige, movie, TV. And he oversees everything, but he doesn't have to be constantly overseeing everything.
Well, okay, like in Walt Disney's heyday, do you think he was like a hands-on micromanager or what? Or do you think did he delegate enough or
I think it's just the fact that it was manageable back then.
Okay.
Like his focus was only the movie division and that's it.
Who, Walt Disney?
No. Oh, I thought we were talking about Kevin Feige too.
Well, because Walt Disney was like he did everything. Like, and he had the theme parks, the movies, and also and the animation. You know.
But he had his brother as well.
And he was a voice actor for a long time as well.
Yeah, but he had his brother Roy with him
right
the whole time, so it wasn't just him.
Right. So, okay.
And then as it grows, he
So basically, if we're gonna make an analogy here, if Kevin Feige is Walt Disney for Marvel Studios, it sounds like what Kevin Feige needs is a Roy Disney.
Yeah.
To do strictly the TV stuff, the TV specials, TV animation, and all that. To be strictly in charge of that, while he can focus on the films.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. I thought he had that already in the movie side of things with Victoria Alonso.
Well, you see, I didn't realize that he was so hands off with TV, and he was in such a bad split from TV until like they got rid of all their TV people and then like consolidated everything. Yeah. I never realized it was that bad. Like I thought they all got along, but apparently not.
No.
Thoughts for Werewolf by Night? Excited or not really? I'm not excited for it, but I'll watch it.
I'm excited for it because I like the way it was shot. I like the look and the feel of it. I don't even
have kind of grindhouse black and white horror movie.
Well, and I don't have a clue about Werewolf by Night and never read the comics.
Okay.
So for me, it's like something. I love the way it's shot. I love the way it looks. I love that it's in black and white. So that kind of gets me excited to watch it to see. I'm hoping it's good.
I'm not excited for it, but I'll give it a look and see how it is. Even in the comics, Werewolf by Night is not like a character I really think is especially cool or exciting. He's just kind of like, oh, here's this Marvel character. He can turn into a werewolf,
He turned
deals
into
with the
a superpower.
supernatural kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're about 2 minutes away, and then we will be getting into She-Hulk. So let me get my Disney Plus app out. If Marvin was here, Marvin would probably already have it up by now.
Probably would. It's not up yet.
Okay, so here we go. So it's not up yet, but we should be there. Okay, so we will be on episode 7 tonight. I'm just blundering all over the place.
Welcome
and I do feel like we are going to get Emil Blonsky back at some point. And like, so we know there's an organization that's trying to get She-Hulk's blood or her blood samples. Maybe they want to make more Hulks. You know, there was that instance in the first episode where Bruce destroyed her blood samples, so no one else can get their hands on it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's see. Thoughts for Werewolf by Night? Excited or not really? Faux show. Yeah, I'm mixed about it too, just because I don't have much knowledge about it. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see how that show does. So we're pretty much in the final countdown.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping we'll get a reveal on who the intelligentsia are, what they're after, who's behind the intelligentsia, and where we're going to go from there.
Well,
so hopefully we'll get a.
I may find out who it may be.
Who's that? Is it Blonsky or the leader?
That's who it is.
Wait, who's that?
The guy from Airplane who pulled the plug and let the lights went out when they're about to land. Then he pulls it back in so Ted Stryker to see where he's landing.
Oh, okay.
And the guy,
why'd he pull the plug?
Because he was just being a dick.
I don't remember that part in Airplane. All right.
You don't? I love that movie.
All right, here we go. So we'll see you in a little bit, everybody.
Cool.
All right. Now that was She-Hulk, episode 7. We saw the return of Emil Blonsky. No Abomination this time. So there was that. We did get a little bit of a creepy reveal there with Josh. Who is Josh anyway? Who is the actor? Trevor Salter. So the guy she liked was dating, works for intelligentsia, and cloned her phone and took a photo of her in her bed. So that's somewhat ominous. Yeah. We had and then we had all those super people in the therapy group, including Thunderball. It was a bit odd. So what's weird though is Thunderball was in the group that was trying to steal She-Hulk's blood earlier in the series. So you would think, I don't know. I was just kind of waiting for something to happen with that group for them. I don't know, for I don't know. Something weird was going on there, but I guess Blonsky is sincere. But it's hard to believe that because I never bought his story in jail in the first place with Wong, and all just very strange to me. So all these were characters in the comics: Manbull, Aguila, excuse me, Saracen, Porcupine, all Marvel characters. Eric Larson actually created Saracen. So didn't see Abomination yet, so I wonder if we're going to see him again this season. No Daredevil, but honestly, I think I like this I thought it was a bit funnier, just because all these super people in this therapy group. It kind of reminded me of Venture Brothers, kind of, and I found that kind of more entertaining and more amusing than the recent ones. So still waiting for Mike to come back. Oh, Marvin's here. Welcome, Marvin. Good app, even though the end was weird. I think he was sincere. Wong even said so. I don't believe he is, because I don't even believe Wong. Why? I think Wong is a Skrull. And Thunderball was there, and I feel like Thunderball had to have been working for Intelligentsia, because they were talking about their boss. We don't really know who the boss is yet, but we know Josh was Hulk King on the Intelligentsia forums. I was just really creeped out when he took that picture of her with his phone, like he's going to leak it on the internet or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Freaking feeling that the fact that she was asleep naked in her bed and he was taking a picture of her.
Yes.
Freaky. Without her permission.
Well, not just that, but like, what's he going to do with that?
Like
what's he going to do?
That before, but still, not just
kidding. Whoa. Don't bring that in here, man, my man. Do not. Whoa. I'm going to tell if I ever meet Elsie, I'll know what to tell her.
Well, that never happened. We're not even there yet. So if we ever get
there. That was very creepy, and yeah. And I'm concerned what he would do with a photo like that. Not only that, he cloned her whole phone.
Mm-hmm. My thing is,
man,
I was thinking that I don't know, before I saw the phone being cloned, I thought he was the one who was going to try and get her blood.
Well, for a minute there, I thought it was going to be Abomination and some of the idiots at the therapy group, because Thunderball was in there too, and he was part of the group trying to get her blood in the second episode, right?
Yeah.
So and he like knew who the boss was. So and the boss is the guy who runs Intelligentsia. So Thunderball being there was very suspicious.
Yep.
I don't know. I just can't. I can't believe that Blonsky is on the up and up here. I just can't. Even though he was running the whole therapy group and everything, like I don't know. But yeah, I was saying how all the characters in the therapy group are comic book characters. Manbull, Eliguila, Saracen, Porcupine, they're all characters from the comics.
Yeah.
And I like some of the therapy group material just because it was kind of like, I thought it was like kind of Venture Brothers kind of material, which worked for me. So I did like this episode more than most, but I feel like we were just kind of waiting for something to happen in the group and in the community, but nothing ever really happened. And so that was I was a bit like sort of crestfallen about that.
I'm kind of looking to see who's their.
Oh, the CG was really rough this episode too. That's the other thing.
Yes.
Like especially at the beginning. I think the problem is like when she's in her business suit, like it looked better when she was at the retreat, at the what is it, at Abomination's retreat, right?
Yeah.
So there was that. And then but like in the first half of the episode, the She-Hulk CG did not look good. Like, did you notice that? It looked very rough.
The bat.
And like I feel for the visual effects artists, because we've been hearing all those accounts from the visual effects artists and the pressure they're working under. But so I imagine they're kind of rushed, kind of delivering stuff like this, but it just didn't look great. And it's just tough when you have these CG heavy characters,
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are budget constraints, time constraints, but yeah, the She-Hulk CG, this is like, I feel like the worst it's ever looked in the show. Like it looked really noticeable. And I think it's partly the hair and the clothes, because like the clothes, like when the clothes look CG too, and that's kind of what gives it away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what did you think?
I've had this problem with the show with the CG for pretty much since day one. And I just don't get it. Like I don't know. I just kind of like they had enough time to get it done. So I'm wondering who's actually doing the
Did
CG
they have? But
now.
did they have enough time?
What, a year? Didn't they film this like a
I
year
don't know.
ago?
Well, I mean, we don't know what kind of time crunch the artists are working under.
Yeah.
I mean, they clearly have production values in this show. I
Mhm.
think maybe I would have been fine if they waited, say, like, let's say 6 months.
Yeah.
If they just took another 6 months to refine and polish this CG,
Yeah.
I would have been fine with that. And
Hmm.
I think the show definitely needed it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look good.
Mm-mm.
Um, what do you like? What do you think about this sort of therapy retreat, this therapy community that Abomination has? Do you think it's legit?
I think it's legit
Okay.
because I think that's the way they're playing off this. From what we've seen already in 7 episodes, I think it's legit. I don't know where it's, but I still don't know where it's going.
Why was Thunderball there though?
Who knows? But does it talk?
Thunderball was working for the intelligentsia guys who
But
want her blood.
but don't you think it kind of fits in with like the way Titania and with this one with Thunderball? Like, doesn't it like
Not
make sense
really.
that they're not really telling a backstory of what they are and it could change?
No, I'm just like Thunderball, he was working for the people who are
Mhm.
trying to steal her blood, right?
Yeah.
And now they have like that new syringe that can possibly pierce her skin. And
Mhm.
then we know that those same people are running like the anti-She-Hulk like social media whatever website, right? So, I don't know. Thunderball being there was very suspicious to me.
It's I don't know. This whole show kind of like you're thinking one thing and then they'll send you off on a different direction. It just
Okay. Now, do you think did you have any favorites for the therapy group? Did you like Eligila?
that's the one I did like. I thought it was funny.
The actor was Joseph Castillo Midyet. Do you know that actor?
No, I actually don't.
None of the actors were people I recognized.
No. No. Porcupine was actually kind of funny, but I was kind of like I was wondering who was going to be under the mask or it would be somebody else.
Jordan Aaron Ford. Saracen looked familiar. Terrence Clow. I
Mhm.
wonder if he's been in anything else.
Yeah. It's
Let's see.
odd, the whole thing, but that whole retreat thing was odd to begin with in the first place.
Terrence Clow. Has he been in any? He was in Dope Sick.
Mhm.
Let's see. Terror Lake Drive. Hasn't done a lot of like big things I'm really aware of, or
Mhm.
things I would know. Um, like the fact that she did that like the yurt session was weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I was waiting for like a big fight to break out, or I thought they were. I don't know. I thought like Abomination was going to try and trap She-Hulk, but it never happened. So that was kind of surprising, I guess.
Mhm.
But yeah. Anyone else in the comments? If you have any thoughts,
Am I the only one who feels disappointed in this show sometimes?
I mean,
Because I
I'm
don't know why.
disappointed in that. I just don't think it's very balanced, and I think it's a little too. It leans too much on the goofy comedy sitcom stuff,
Well,
and I just wish it was a little more balanced in the other direction. That's my main issue with the show, but
because I know it's
whatever.
supposed to be quirky and everything, but like,
It's a sitcom, like, and it's just not my style, and
uh-huh.
it's not my style of sitcom. And if you were gonna do a Marvel sitcom, I'm not sure I would have done it with She-Hulk because, like, I still want to see She-Hulk like fighting supervillains and like saving the day and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's kind of just, and I think we will see that, but I think they're waiting until the end. So, and but that said, I genuinely feel bad for Jen that Josh is a scumbag and he did that to her,
Mhm.
and now
Do you think he's a villain?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe Daredevil will kind of help her accept this other side of herself, because that's something that Matt has to deal with as well.
Yeah. When Matt eventually shows up on the show, which something tells me it's going to be at the end of the.
And maybe that, and I don't know. Maybe they, I wouldn't mind if they had a relationship or something.
Yeah, something tells me it's at the last episode, towards the end. We're gonna see Matt Murdock.
Yeah, but I'm very man. I'm just so creeped out by that end scene with.
Hey, there's guys out there who would do stuff like that.
No, I mean there totally are, but it was so and it was so unsettling to watch that he just took that photo of her like that. Ugh. It gives me the willies, man.
Gives you the willies.
Yeah.
We're going to 1930s terms tonight.
Gives me the creeps. What do you want me to?
We're going back in time. We're giving.
It's like, because he has that photo now. Like, what's he like? What he's gonna put that? That's what. Yeah, I have the heebie-jeebies, and it's like, because what's he gonna like? What does he want with that photo? What is he gonna do with it? And like,
well, that's the one thing that seems weird to me. Like, what's he gonna do with that photo? Something tells me it's gonna be up on the website or on social media. But what makes me wonder more is him cloning the phone. Like,
yes,
why is he cloning the phone?
Well, he's probably gonna give it to the people who are trying to steal her blood, whoever that
Could
is.
it be the leader? Could it be?
I mean, I think that would be the perfect way to like reintroduce the leader.
Mm-hmm.
All my issues with the show aside, I think that would be the perfect way to introduce the character.
Would that be the redemption? A redemption for the show?
I don't know. We have to see where it's going, but still, I still can't get over the photo thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he probably is going to post it on the website, and he's probably going to I don't know, and she's going to have to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that I'm sure.
Would you feel?
I feel. I don't
would you feel let down if Titania is the one who was all behind this?
Yeah, because she doesn't seem. I mean, she doesn't seem like someone who would do that and go that far.
Yeah.
I don't think she would be in league with like a bunch of like,
mm-hmm.
anti-She-Hulk women haters and stuff like that, and incels and all that. I don't think she would go for that. Mm-hmm. Like, and I feel,
yeah, I'm just kind of.
Yeah, I don't think Plus, I don't think she's smart. I don't think she's smart enough to set up a cabal. Of like evil scientists. So
let me see how we're really 2 episodes left, right?
You're right, 2 episodes.
Damn, 2 episodes already.
Yeah, we're in the thick of it.
Where this is going?
Well, these intelligentsia people want they have that high tech syringe.
Are you sure it's 9 episodes?
Yeah. So they want her blood, and I'm assuming they want to use her blood to like make more Hulks. They want to make like an army of Hulks or something. We just don't know who it is yet. Behind all that, other than that, they have that kind of like social media, that like men's rights activist social media site kind of thing that's like anti-She-Hulk. Yeah. And one of them seduced, Jen, basically got Jen to fall in love with him, and now he betrayed her. And man, I hope that guy gets what's coming to him, because that was just creepy, and I'm just skeeved out by that. Ugh. I feel
gave you these heebie-jeebies.
I mean, because like she really liked the guy, and if he posts that photo somewhere, imagine the horror she's gonna feel. It makes me feel awful,
Yep.
Because she really she was like like really into that guy and thought he genuinely liked her without She-Hulk.
Been there, done that. Not a superhero, but been there, done that. I've been in that situation.
Was someone taking photos of you in your sleep and posting them online?
Shoot, that
like
wouldn't bother me. That wouldn't bother me. I wouldn't care. Like, hey, there, boom. You're probably gonna get negative views.
I feel so bad. I feel so bad for her right now.
If anybody did that with me, they'd be getting negative views.
Because someone is going to. That's, I don't know.
Yeah, but
we're probably going to see the fallout from that next week. But yeah, it's gonna.
Well, I hope we get the.
But like, I mean, that'll be part of Jen's journey. Having to fight through that and having to overcome that, and I'm sure it's going to be horrifying. But hopefully, she's going to confront these jerks and Hulk smash them. Yeah. She-Hulk smash them.
She-Hulk smash them?
Yes.
I hope so.
And She-Hulk smash.
And I hope they don't skip this for episode 8 and they leave that to episode 9.
Leave what?
That we find out about this, like the reason why he was taking pictures.
Oh, I hope we don't spend the whole, like, if we don't get any like reveal of intelligentsia, or if they wait until the very end, that is going to be disappointing.
Yeah.
But still, I find the therapy community very suspicious, and I find that Thunderbolt being there also very suspicious, and I don't trust him. I don't trust Wong, and I don't trust Abomination, Emil Blonsky. So there we go.
Don't trust Wong? It's
no.
Wong. It's Wong.
Why was he fighting Abomination in Macau? Why?
Like, I wouldn't trust him to buy his own sandwich.
Huh?
Because then you're going to have to pay for it.
None of what they said about Macau made sense or sounded legitimate. None of it. So that's my issue. All right. So my episode rating for this week is 6.5 out of 10.
Yep. I'm going to do the reverse this time, and I'm going 6 out of 10.
6 what?
6. Well, instead of going like normally you're giving a 6.5, I was going to 7. This time I'm going
to go as 6.6.
And I'm going a 6.
And I'm going to do that because like
I'm doing a 6.
Because I did find some of the therapy stuff amusing, and like kind of like Jen's like the things Jen's going through are interesting, but there wasn't enough there to really get me on board. Ep for me was saying, okay, fair enough. Marvin liked it more than us. Okay,
yeah,
but 6.5 is like just on the fresh tomato edge for me. So I think we can close things out tonight, unless you have anything else, Mike. So. Let you get some rest.
No, I need to sleep. As you could tell, I'm tired.
Yes.
So
burning the candle at two ends and all that.
Always. What else is new?
Okay.
We'll be back next week.
Yeah. For more Andor and more She-Hulk, hopefully. Yep. Provided we're still here.
Exactly. So
also everyone in Florida, everyone dealing with Hurricane Ann right now, everyone stay safe. I hope you're doing well. I'm thinking about you guys right now, and just I hope you're doing okay. So
exactly,
everyone who's dealing with that.
And Marvin wants to know, how was Amsterdam?
I'm still thinking about it. I thought it was kind of overly long. Parts of it were amusing, but parts of it were also very indulgent. That kind of, yeah.
That Jeffrey Harris gives it a,
I need to think. And that's not a review. That's not a review. That is not a review.
Is that a quote for a TV?
No.
For a TV commercial?
That's not a review. Those are just some general thoughts I'm thinking about. And that's not my review. I still need to think about it. My review, if I do one, is coming later.
Wouldn't that be funny, though, if a commercial pops up and it goes, so-and-so from Variety gives it a,
All right. But everyone stay safe out there, and I hope you're doing well, and thank you for joining us tonight.
Definitely. I'm going insane. So I will see you guys next week on Tuesday for the Andor watch party and after show, and we'll both be back. Hopefully sane, a lot more rest.
Yeah. Get some rest, everyone, and get plenty of sleep.
Exactly. Good night. See you next week, and have a safe week.
Bye-bye. All right.